pull up a chair, you're sitting cage side. Today, we are breaking down the Oklahoma City fight night between DDP and Kamaru Usman. It's going to be a pretty good card. I'm pretty excited. I don't know about you, Ryan.
Dude, I am very excited. I am very excited. Can't wait. I think it's a great matchup. The card itself, I think, could be a tiny bit more stacked, but I'm not upset. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm right there with you. It's definitely a card that we've been watching a lot of tape for. I know that for the past couple of days. So
oh yeah,
it's yeah,
absolutely.
And there's actually I'm pretty excited because there's a lot of I guess not a lot of, but a couple good fights from the Dana White's Contender series. A couple of those guys are going head to head, so I'm pretty excited about how it goes.
Yeah, they always throw them on the fight nights, so
100%.
That's in. But yeah, I mean, let's get into it. But before we get into it, I have some news. I have some UFC news. Michel Pereira was released from the UFC today, coming off of a loss against Sharon Magomedov. It will be sad to see the Ninja Man go. You know, I remember I remember watching those clips like when I was getting into the UFC and just being like, there's no fucking way this is a real sport. Like, bro's backflipping off the cage, backflipping onto people. 100%. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
So.
What?
For the Ninja Man.
There's a couple Pereiras in the UFC on the UFC roster, so it's always good to break down which ones are going and staying.
That's very true. That is very true. But all right, let's get into the card. So we are gonna break down the main card and a couple notable prelims that we have deemed notable. I don't know what the criteria is. Excuse me. Whether it's fighters we like, fighters we're interested in, good matchups, whatever. We make the fucking rules. So we're gonna start, lowest down and then work up to the main event. Alden Correa versus Stuart Nicole. I like this matchup. I like the fight, but more importantly, I like Correa. I like Correa a lot, man. He's got some really nasty fucking boxing. He's got some really good counters, very well measured. He's got good BJJ, good grappling, and good submissions. I don't think Nicole is necessarily special anywhere. I think he's best on the ground, but I think Correa has better ground game, so I'm not worried about it. Nicole also has not won a fight in the UFC and is on a 3-fight losing streak in the UFC. And he just lost to Alessandro Costa by TKO, who Correa beat on his debut a year earlier.
I totally agree with you. I really don't have anything else to say because I think it's a layup for Correa. I really do.
Yeah.
And especially with Nicole coming off of a knockout loss from a guy that Correa beat, it's kind of hard, it's going to be hard for Nicole to, really do anything. I don't think he has a strength in this matchup. And if he wants to stand and bang, he's going to pay the price. And if he wants to go to the ground, it's going to be the same. So,
yeah. No, I agree.
The odds definitely paint the picture.
Yeah, I would agree. I do think it is a pretty big step down. I'm not really sure what the point in this is, to be honest with you.
I don't either. Sometimes, we question the UFC matchmakers a lot. Fucking, this is just something. If they asked us, it'd be different. But whatever.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you my prediction. I think Correa is going to win this fight by second round TKO. I think he's going to use his grappling and his submission threat to make Nicole tired. But at the end of the day, he's just going to fucking outbox him on the feet. Rip body shots. I think he very well could take him out of there in the first, but I think, Nicole's going to try to take him down and roll and survive. He's not just a fucking heavy bag. So, yeah, I think Correa TKOs him in the second.
Yeah, that's a pretty good prediction. That's exactly what I put too as well. I mean, like you said, I think Nicole's going to get pieced up in the first round. I think there's going to be quite a bit of damage dealt to him, and he's probably going to shoot. I don't think he's that good at takedowns. I know his BJJ is good, but we'll see what comes from that. But yeah, I have second round knockout.
Okay.
Correa.
All right, and just just an FYI to everybody watching, we talk to each other about our picks. We have not. I have no idea who he's picked and how, and he, vice versa. So this is purely off our own opinions, but
definitely we've expressed frustration.
Yes.
From the card and the picks, but that's really about it.
Yeah. That's it. Just like that, we don't know who to pick, because I will say, maybe bring that up real quick, that this card, not all, maybe I won't even say most, but a decent amount of fights on this card are fucking toss-ups. Like, a lot of these fights are 50-50, dude.
Yep. Nope, definitely.
So, and I like a good card that's 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, you can't complain.
It makes us
that.
better, judge better, because it really tests.
Exactly.
I could go 0 for none on this card, so.
Yeah, facts. I hope we fucking don't. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to let you introduce this guy, because you actually mentioned him in our first video, our tier list.
Alrighty, so next up we got featherweight bout between up-and-comer Austin Bashi and Jose Miguel Delgado. Now, both of these guys fought on the Dana White's Contender Series, so I'm pretty excited. I know that Bashi's got some great wrestling. He's good on the ground, and the other day I talked about Jose Delgado on my featherweight tier list. I'm still pretty big on him. Pretty sure he has a submission loss on his record, and if it wasn't a submission loss, I know he was getting out wrestled, but since that fight he has improved a lot. So I could be biased, but I have a lot of high hopes for this fight.
I have very high hopes for this fight as well. I like Bashi. I do. I think he's good on the ground and he has good submissions, which I do think is the way for him to win this fight.
Definitely. Jose is lengthy.
Yeah, but I will say I think the size difference will not help Bashi in trying to submit Delgado. I think Delgado's last win over Philly was really good. His power is fucking nasty, and his striking is really, really nice. I really like this fight, man. And I gotta say, I don't know what's wrong with these pictures, but both these motherfuckers either got clown feet. Like, I don't know, bro, but these guys look fucking, their feet are huge.
Dude, I know. I don't know who the UFC is really hiring right now, but it's just not good.
No, it is not. But anyway, let's move on to your prediction. What are you thinking?
Yeah. So this might come as a surprise, and maybe I'm biased, but I have Delgado by first round KO.
Okay. Do you want to explain it, or you? No.
I don't know. I do think Bashi is very good. I do, and I think he's really good on the ground. He's good fighting off of his back. He's very good at wrestling. But when Delgado comes out, I think he usually brings the pressure to people, and he's relentless. He's always changing angles, and so I don't know Bashi that well, so that's why I'm saying, I guess if this does sound biased by me, it's just because I know Jose better. Yeah. And I also know what he's capable of. So I don't know. I think that he kind of applies the pressure early, and if it's not a first round KO, I think it'll be a stoppage in the second. Yeah,
I think that's valid. I also said first round KO from Delgado. I think Delgado's I think Delgado's going to use the knees up the middle and combo,
Definitely.
Off of them. I think his wrestling could be used to defend Bashi, but I'm not too familiar with his grappling like that and how he's improved. And I do think Bashi's good, and I like Bashi, and I do think Bashi has a chance to sub Jose. But I think his striking's too sharp and he's too powerful, and I just think it's kind of a bit of a step up for Bashi too soon. But I like the kid, and I'd like to see him stay around if he does lose. But yeah, first round KO by Jose Miguel Delgado.
Yep, no, I agree with you there. It's tough because, I wish we could see the UFC kind of build up these guys a little more before they go head to head, but it's going to be a good fight. And just to note,
this ain't boxing.
this ain't boxing. You know, at the end of the day, and we'll see. You know, I'm curious to see how you know, Delgado is a purple belt in BJJ, so it's either purple or brown. I'm pretty curious. He has 4 submission wins, so we'll see how he takes on Austin Bashi's BJJ. But yeah, should be a great one.
Indeed.
All right, Ryan, I'll let you take over.
Alrighty, so we are going to move on to the main card now. So our first matchup for the main card is Tommy McMillan versus Alberto Montes. Before I actually break this down, I just got to say, I am fucking excited for this fight.
Dude, definitely.
Like, shit.
It's going to be awesome.
It is. But, yeah, I think they both have good BJJ and grappling. I do think Montes has, you know, the edge on it, and he has really nice submissions. But Tommy has really nice submission defense.
He does.
You know, Montes has really nice counters and range finding, and I think he's going to look to use that when Tommy rushes in and just kind of fucking bites down on the mouthpiece and throws.
100%.
Montes also has really good kicks overall, you know, just head, body, and leg kicks, but also his more unique kicks, like the question mark and the side kick and all that, you know, all that type of shit. But I think Tommy needs to make it nasty. You know what I mean? I think that's his best bet, but he has to get Montes a little tired first, because I think if he makes it nasty immediately, Montes is going to counter him.
No, I agree 100%. You know, the odds for this fight have kind of fluctuated a lot over the past couple of days as I've been looking at. McMillan was the underdog as of a couple of days ago. Montes was kind of I think I saw at one point he was like, I don't know, minus 180, 240 maybe, but
yeah,
I agree, dude. It's going to be a great fight. I think you are right. You know, McMillan does have great submission defense, and I think Montes has, I think, at least a couple are by Darce choke, so
yeah,
you know, Tommy's kind of, he's got to watch out for that.
Definitely.
I think I don't know, dude. The only thing that I have about McMillan, and we haven't really seen it, you know, be super bad for him yet, but he is very hittable. And I don't know if you want to be hittable versus Montes, you know, because Montes will be the type to sit there and throw in the pocket with him. So
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But no, I mean, we'll see, dude. This is something that, you know, I was kind of back and forth throughout the whole day, so yeah, I'm curious to hear your prediction though, because I know we haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, my prediction is oh fuck. All right, I was back and forth on this one quite a bit, but I'm gonna ride the fucking hype train, man. I'm gonna go Tommy McMillan, 3rd round TKO. I think he's gonna get him tired. You know, I think Montes will win the first round or two, and attempt to submit and or counter Tommy, but I think his chin and submission defense is going to hold up. I think Tommy's going to make it nasty, get him tired with the knees, you know, in the clinch and all that type of shit. And in the second or third, you know, end it with a flurry of punches and knees to finish him off. So 3rd, I don't know why I said 2nd earlier. 3rd round TKO. That's my prediction.
Dude, you know, in another life, brother, I would be picking the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a toss up, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, either guys could get the knockout win, they could get the sub win. You know, it is a toss up.
Absolutely.
My prediction for this fight is 1st round sub by Montes.
Oh, we're the exact opposite. They could not be any more different.
Exactly. And
okay.
I don't think that it's such a one-sided fight. I think that, you know, McMillan, he is the hype train. I don't know if he's a pressure fighter. I don't know if he's going to, you know, start to overextend on his punches because he's starting to hit Montes a little bit. But if he does, I could see that working in Montez's favor. But we'll see, dude. Like I said, it could go either way.
Yeah. No, I think that's valid. I like that pick. I'll be, you know, gives me even more excitement to watch this fight. So
100%, dude. I agree.
I can't
wait. It is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll let you introduce definitely the fight of the night, the greatest fucking fight on this card, no doubt, hands down, no question. Please, Thomas, take it away.
The next fight on here is Tabitha Ricci and Fatima Klein.
Slow clap.
Slow clap.
Oh.
Man, are you excited for this fight, Ryan?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited, bro. I couldn't be more excited.
I have a pretty sure pick. I mean, we don't need to spend a ton of time on this one, but
No, we don't.
I'm just gonna say.
Oh, you're going right for the pick. All right, fuck it.
I'm going right for the kill shot. I have Fatima Klein by decision.
Okay. Do you have split, unanimous, and by what, or just decision?
I don't know, because I just have decision. I'm looking based off of strength of schedule, and there's a big reach and height advantage in this. I think, I don't know. I think Richie's gonna get. I think she's gonna get pieced up on the feet. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I think that's valid.
So, yeah, I mean that's really all I got.
That's fair. I did.
Take it away, my friend.
I did take the time to actually research this, so I'm gonna read what I wrote because I didn't do all this for nothing. Ricci is gonna bring the fight. You know, I think she's very aggressive. She got a nice 1-2, decent power. It's women's MMA, but decent power and some nice leg kicks. I think Klein is taking a pretty big step up rank wise, but not skill wise. No. Ricci kind of keeps her head up when she's throwing, and Klein has nice counter striking, and so I think she's going to be looking to counter. But I do think the grappling is probably on Ricci's side. However, I'm not too familiar. But my prediction is Fatima Klein by 29-28 split decision. It's WMMA, man. So it's fucking win one, lose one. It's a toss-up. You never know. Don't bet on it. But they have 100%. A similar opponent in Angela Hill, and Klein has a more recent win over her. And so I think it'll be close, but Klein has better counter-striking, which is going to bet... Oh, Jesus. Klein has better counter-striking, which is going to benefit her when Ricci rushes in. So I
think so.
I don't know if she finds the strike. Maybe she does, but ain't no way in hell I'm going to predict women's MMA to get a fucking knockout unless it's Amanda Nunes. So
no, yeah, 100%, dude. No way. I think, and that's the thing. Richie's going to have to rush in with the reach disadvantage and the height. She's going to have to do something to try and get close, and I think that's going to be the story of the whole fight.
Yeah, I agree. Let's fucking move on.
Yeah. No, are you sure? You took a lot of time researching this. I don't want to skip over anything I haven't said yet.
I said everything I wanted to say. No, I said everything I wanted to say. Let's
okay, all right. Hey,
I'm just please.
Hey, partner, I'm just making sure. All right.
Alrighty.
Moving on.
Yeah, our next fight, which was a huge toss-up for you, Thomas. I remember you texted me. I don't know why I'm saying I remember. It was literally today, but you texted me and you were like,
we didn't talk about the fights, remember?
No, we didn't, but you were like, I have no fucking idea. It's such a toss up.
No, I did.
And and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I didn't at the time because I was picking other picks, but I'm not fucking confident at all. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But fuck it. Let's get into it. Hooper has very good BJJ. We all know that. That's fucking obvious, right? But
it's not to him.
No, it's not. But he doesn't have the best wrestling. So it's hard for him to set that BJJ up. So I think that is going to be part of his downfall. Also, I ain't shitting on Jim Miller. Jim Miller is a GOAT. But
totally.
He has a decision win over Jim Miller in the last year.
And that's not saying a lot.
I don't need to go on. You get the point.
Okay.
But, Mitch Ramirez has yet to win in the UFC after 2 fights and a loss to the infamous CP Carlos Prates on Dana White's Contender Series. So, I don't know, man. I fucking hate my pick. What you got a breakdown? I don't even know.
Oh, dude, well, like we said, we know Hooper's got nasty BJJ.
Yep.
But every time he's on the mic, he keeps saying that he can't wait to try out his incredible new, never seen before striking. Like, he doesn't have slick boxing. I don't know why. And he's got a straw chin. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean, he got TKO'd 2 times in a row his last 2 fights. It's like, why the fuck is he trying to box more?
I know, and I don't know why. I get frustrated talking about this shit because I know whatever pick I have is not going to be how it goes. So.
Oh, 100%. I will agree with that. We could pick any pick and we would be wrong.
Oh my god, dude. You have an idea. It's frustrating, dude. Like I just I hate you, Chase Hooper.
Yeah, me too. All right. My prediction. I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm going Mitch Ramirez first round TKO, baby. I hope he bombs him with a fucking overhand and sleeps his fucking babyface dumbass, bro. Fuck.
Dude, I'm gonna really, really hate to say this. I have Hooper by round 1.
After you were just shit talking him not using his submissions and his grappling all
But the only reason is, and I could be just living in my head, but when you get to a point in your career where you were an up-and-comer and you had all this hype around you and you know what it takes to win and you know the edge you have over guys, I feel like it gets to a point where you just have to submit and try and use your BJJ to win fights,
Yeah.
And Mitch Ramirez coming off 2 losses in the UFC, I could see him getting cut if he loses his fight,
For sure.
I don't know what Ramirez brings to the table. I know he does have power in his hands, and he will sit there and trade, and so will Hooper because he's stupid. And if Hooper does that, he will get knocked out.
Yep.
I agree with your pick 100%, and I want to flip mine, but in a perfect world, I think if Hooper is able to set up the wrestling takedown, I think he does get the sub, and I think he gets the sub round 1 via rear naked choke.
Wow. Going that into detail.
Unfortunately, dude, yeah.
I hope fucking Ramirez knocks him out first round so I can hang that over
I hope so
head.
too, dude. And you will see me on our reaction video the very next day saying I had a great time watching the card because I enjoyed seeing Hooper get slapped.
Fair enough. Well, fuck
God,
that guy.
Well, now that we can actually talk about something enjoyable.
Yeah, let's move on. I'll let you start this one off.
Alrighty. So for this next fight, we have Jared Cannonier versus Christian Leroy Duncan.
Leroy Jenkins.
All right. This is an exciting fight, and I am very worried about Jared Cannonier.
Yeah.
He is getting to the point in his career where he's taken a lot of damage throughout his fights. Even the wins he has, the Gregory Rodriguez win, he got knocked down early in round 1 and 2. Kyle Bihalo fight, he got a lot of damage sustained in that. Even the MVP one, it says he didn't get dropped, but I think we were all watching that fight and he got dropped. So
wait, it says he didn't get dropped?
Yeah, it says he didn't get dropped on stats.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, he got dropped.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
It's tough, dude. Well, it's not a tough pick. I know who my pick is, but it's just tough because Jared Cannonier is a guy who he's been in the UFC for such a long time now, and it always sucks to see the journeyman fighters kind of come to the end of their run.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and I don't know. Is it Jared Cannonier? He's moving up for this fight, isn't he, or is he not?
No. God damn, that'd be 4 weight classes. Nah, he fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and then middleweight, and he stayed there.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, Christian Leroy Duncan. I think he is a serious threat in this fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go straight into my pick, but I think at times Christian Leroy Duncan, it kind of looks like he's playing patty cake when I watch some of his fights back, and he gets on the gas kind of late. But when he gets on the gas, he's landing devastating shots, and those are kind of shots that Cannonier cannot take.
Yeah.
He looks good on the feet. He has really good kicks, so I'm excited for this. And I wouldn't say it's a lock, but no fight is ever a lock. But this is probably one of those fights where we're both probably going to bet the outcome. But
yeah, no, I would agree. I would agree. I would say that CLD definitely has an advantage on the striking, or on the feet. He's pretty fucking awkward, but not like, I don't know. I feel like he's a more toned down Yuri. You know what I mean? Like he's awkward,
yeah.
But he's not that awkward. He's not Yuri
Totally.
Awkward.
Yeah, because Yuri is awkward because he's relentlessly in your face pressure.
Exactly. But yeah, CLD,
Yeah.
He can grapple, but I think he's definitely more comfortable on the feet, and I do think Cannonier has an advantage on the ground, but I don't think he's going to use it.
No,
I
don't think so either.
I do think Cannonier can get frozen. He kind of freezes up a little bit when his opponents throw a lot, and
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be good for him because CLD is going to throw a couple strikes, put a combo together. Cannonier's going to kind of freeze up, CLD is going to hesitate, not hesitate, but pause, hands come down, big shot, and, drops him or finishes him or something like that. But, yeah, I'll let you get into your prediction.
All right, yeah, so for this fight, I have... What's going on with my phone? I have Christian Leroy Duncan by round 2 KO. And I think you're right. I think it's going to come in a series of punches. I think he's going to hurt him bad with a shot because Jared does freeze up sometimes. Sometimes he does just block punches with his head, So, yeah, I have round 2 KO. And I think it might be by a kick.
Okay. By a kick, he says. Alrighty. Well, I went in a little different direction than you. Not that different, but my prediction is Chris Leroy Duncan by a 29-28 unanimous decision.
Wow.
I do think CLD can knock Cannonier out. No question there. I don't think he can't. He absolutely has a chance to. But I don't think Cannonier is going to slow down in the first 2 rounds, and CLD takes a bit to get into the fight where he can actually finish the fight. So
no, I 100% agree.
Yeah, I think if it was a 5-rounder, it would be a bit different. But in a 3-rounder, I don't think CLD is going to be able to finish him. But I do think it'll kind of be CLD teeing off on Jared. But I think it's going to be, closest in the first round. Maybe they both get dropped. I could see both of them getting dropped low key, but yeah. I do feel like we see Cannonier get dropped in this fight no matter what.
I mean, Cannonier, we're not discrediting the power he has in his hands. We all know that. It's just, that's definitely a possibility. And I 100% agree. Your pick is, if I wasn't picking what I think, that's exactly the route I would go, because at times it definitely does look like Duncan is sparring in there,
Yeah.
So
our absolute banger main event. Absolutely insane. We got
can't wait.
Yeah, we got number 2 ranked middleweight and number 9 ranked welterweight Kamaru Usman. I maybe that's his middleweight ranking. I don't know. But moving up to middleweight to make another run for the title. I think this is a great fight. I cannot wait to watch this. This is arguably the most 50-50 fight on the card.
Definitely.
But
no, 100%, dude. This is a fight that, since it got announced, we've been going back and forth for.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great fight, Kamaru Usman going up to fight DDP, we're all for it, I think, and
yeah,
it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty technical. I don't know.
Well, this is my kind of breakdown of the fight. I'm just getting right into it. I don't see DDP submitting Usman.
No.
You know, that's. I mean, I don't see him submitting Usman. Size could be a factor, but they have the same reach, and DDP is only 1 inch taller. I think it all depends on how Kamaru Usman, puts that weight on and comes into the fight. And I think that's another thing with this fight is there's a lot of things that depend on something, or mainly depend on Kamaru Usman.
Definitely, yeah.
But
when you're going up in weight, it's just
yeah,
a lot of things go into it.
Yeah, that his last couple performances and everything that he said. But yeah, I think Usman is going to try to control him on the ground and use some offensive wrestling, and I do think that's his best bet. I think he has a better chance on the ground than the feet, but definitely. I do think it's still competitive on the ground. Like, it's not going to be a fucking Khamzat type performance. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
And I do think DDP is going to threaten submissions. Like, there is a chance DDP pulls up a fucking fluke submission in the 5th round and gets it. Like, it is DDP, 100%. Bro. You know what I mean?
You win by falling to piano.
Exactly. So I think if he gets a submission win, it's late round. Earlier saying I don't see him submitting him, mainly talking about early fight, but it is hard to see DDP submitting Usman.
Yeah.
But I think another thing it depends on is if Usman is confident on the feet, because after he got knocked out by Leon, and then his next performance against Leon was very poor, and then he bounced back.
Kawhi.
Exactly.
In the car.
Yeah. And he bounced back with a win against Joaquin Buckley, and on the post-fight interview, he talked about how he felt like he couldn't strike, and he felt like he just had to kind of perform that way. But when he gets a bit more comfortable on the feet and gets a bit more, a couple more wins under his belt, he'll feel more confident. And I think, first off, that's a horrible fucking thing to admit. Second off, I don't think that's going to benefit him. I think he needs to come in confident as shit, because Usman does have good striking, and and he needs to be able to use it, and not just focus on the wrestling, because we don't know what his gas tank and his cardio is going to look like at 185. But another thing is DDP has a very funky style. So, and Usman notoriously has trouble with funky style. I guess not notoriously has trouble with funky styles, but I think he's better defensively against more technical fighters.
Definitely, yeah.
So,
and yeah, because no, I agree. It's because he's a wrestler, he's gonna take the fight where he feels most comfortable. So when he's fighting those awkward guys and he can't really find his distance and he can't get any takedowns or shoot, it's I bet it's tough for him,
Yeah.
I was back and forth with this fight, but as the day kind of goes on, I'm getting more confident about DDP here.
Yeah.
And the only reason why, I don't want to say age plays a big factor in it, but Kamaru Usman is 39. He has talked about numerous times how bad his knees are. So that's just kind of a red flag to me.
I agree.
And I think he has wrestling here for sure. It's freestyle wrestling. And I do think he'll be able to have ground control, but he's moving up and he's facing a very big DDP. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold him down like Chimaev did. And exactly. I know he has the angles for the takedown because that's what he practiced, but it's not the same as like folk style where you do focus on control time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And on the feet, like you said, he's just not confident on the feet anymore. And sometimes we've seen that happen to guys. That's the fight game. Once you get cracked, you never go back. And
what did he say?
Oh, Jesus
I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but it's just a toss-up. I think he's kind of lost his mojo, and I think he's gonna try and keep this fight kind of on the feet.
Really?
But I think in the early rounds, I think he might try and keep it on the feet with DDP. I think he's underestimating his striking, and I think he's gonna slowly realize, or very quickly realize, that he can't kind of trade shots with DDP. So, yeah, that's when I think he'll incorporate the wrestling.
I see. I like it. I like the breakdown. Yeah, well, not much more to add on my part, so I'm just gonna move into my prediction. I have Dricus Du Plessis by 48-47 split decision. I think it's gonna be a close couple first rounds, and those rounds could go either way, scoring wise. But I think if not in the third, then after the third, DDP starts taking over with cardio, goofy striking,
Yep.
and possibly, if he has the cardio, mixing in his offensive wrestling and or submissions.
Yep, I agree. That's actually exactly what I wrote down right here. 48-47 split decision. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So, I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be one of these fights where it's not gonna be not competitive. I think Kamaru will bring it to him, and I think he's gonna make his best effort at trying to control the pace of the fight. But it's tough when you're going against someone like DDP because he does like to put the pressure on people. So, and we know his gas tank as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So even after getting held down by Chimaev, he got up and he was throwing with them. So
exactly, and had a decent moment. You know what I mean?
He did. There was a couple times we were watching that and we were like, dude, Chimaev, if he doesn't try and shoot and take him down, he's gonna get clipped. He was getting clipped.
He was. So yeah. Well,
yeah.
I love the prediction. I love the breakdowns. I love this card. I'm so fucking excited. I cannot wait. I honestly don't think I have anything else to add.
I don't either, dude. I think this is going to be a great card, and I think there's going to be a lot of surprising matchups on here, and I'm just excited. These fight nights, it gives the people from Dana White's Contender Series time to shine and really show who they are, and we know that there are a couple fighters on here who are trying to make a name for themselves, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I would agree, as am I. I am very excited to see where a lot of the Contender Series alumni go.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Anytime you guys take time out of your days to watch our stuff, we love to do it. So yeah.
Absolutely, and we appreciate it. So once again, thank you guys. Have a good one, and